Welcome to Barnyard Effects. I'm Greg Aronowitz and I am designing Minecon. The furring begins with finding all of the fur that we need. It's all synthetic, but I really wanted to capture the equivalent to the real life animal. You know, the wolf would have like long hair, shaggy hair, and the cow would have like low pile, smooth hair. We had to find it from all these different distributors all around the world, and then to make it even harder, each animal has up to 15 different colors, and so some, like the cow, has like 8 different browns on it. So you may find the perfect length and texture in one color, but then you have to like have matches for all the different shades, and then the grays and the whites and the blacks. So we ended up buying hundreds of yards of different fabric of all different kinds, ultimately cutting them all into squares. And there's 1-inch squares and 2-inch squares, and each animal has like set rules, but amongst the different animals there are actually different size pixels. After all the construction and gridding, it was weeks of cutting fur. The biggest challenge color match wise were probably the sheep. The white sheep were no problem. The synthetic wool that we're using comes in obviously white and off-white and ivory and everything you can imagine within that spectrum. What I really wanted to have this year was a whole family of the dyed sheep from the game. As hard as we tried, we couldn't find the wool pre-dyed in all the range of colors that we wanted for the sheep. So we had to do it ourselves. It's synthetic, so it doesn't take the standard dyes that you can go out and buy. The industrial dyes that handle it, you have to do like these huge mass quantities, as if I was manufacturing a sheep for everyone attending Minecon, which, don't get excited, it's not happening. So we had to figure out a way to hand dye these smaller batches of colors. And now keep in mind, these baby sheep are really small and it's not a solid color. So the blue sheep has 6 different color blues on it. So it ends up being just a few hundred squares of each color, which really is just a couple feet, like maybe a yard of fabric. We ended up creating this whole system that allowed us to use like acrylic dyes that the fabric was processed through, and we had to dye it multiple times to get the different densities of color. And then there was a whole drying system with these blowers that were created, and it became quite the project. But in the end, I think it was worth it, because the whole rainbow of sheep is going to be something very exciting to see. Once all the fur is cut, we have to begin the process of gluing it actually onto the body. We use a contact cement that holds both to the wood and to the back of the fur. It's a painstaking process because each animal has to have its fur laid in a specific direction in order to keep the flow of the hair consistent. And it's square by square, it gets glued down, and we build it up until the whole animal is covered. I think this year we did about 30 animals, and the whole process took around 6 weeks. I'm really excited about the animals, and we're definitely going to be posting lots of pictures and trying to make sure everybody can see them. But of course the real joy will be for all those people attending Minecon that can actually walk up and pet a mushroom or get their picture taken with the spectrum of sheep.